Hey everyone, and welcome back to another J the One-Eyed Gamer video. We're going to be doing something different this time. We're going to be talking about E3. This is going to be the first of several videos on E3, mostly talking about the press conferences and some game reveals we're hoping to see. Joining me today is my lovely friend, DragonMan, aka Mike. Say hello to lovely people.
Hey there, friends, it's me, Mike. You might remember from such Let's Plays as Bayonetta and Bayonetta.
I was about to say, you mean the only Let's Play?
I think we did one other video, but I think Bayonetta is the only one at the moment.
Yeah, apologize for any scratchy throats you might hear.
There's a lot of pollen in the air, and it's also hot, so...
Yes, I also apologize if you hear like a low rumbling like sound in the background. That is my AC going on because it is hot as hell where we're recording at, and we're not going to sweat while we're doing this.
Yeah, we learned that lesson the hard way once upon a time.
On a channel you'll never find.
Keep that joke going.
In-jokes never die. But
Yep.
for today's video, we're going to talk about Microsoft first. And a little heads up for you guys, we're going to break this into 4 videos. It's going to be Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, and third parties. And what we're literally going to be doing with these is we're going to probably discuss our thoughts on games that probably will be revealed either from the company or at the company's press event, and probably give our rundown of what we think the press event's going to be like. So without further ado, we'll start off with Microsoft, because out of the big 3, they're usually the ones that go first before Sony and Nintendo.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I think that I think EA or someone decided to try to jump out ahead.
EA goes that Saturday, the 9th, and then it's, I think, Bethesda and someone else on that Sunday.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. It's Microsoft on that Sunday, along with Ubisoft, and then Monday, it's Sony, and then Tuesday, the first official day of E3, which should be the 12th, that's going to be Nintendo, and they're the only ones that are having their press event.
So we'll try to stick to the exclusives and things we might see.
Or reveals we might think will show up at specific stages.
Or timed exclusives.
Exactly. So, I guess to start off with Microsoft, I'm not gonna lie with you guys, this video might not be that long out of all of them just because I haven't been a huge Microsoft fan since my Xbox One literally had an update that forcibly kicked me out of being able to log on to my account, so I kind of got rid of my Xbox after that.
I think the last time I touched my Xbone was with you.
Sorry for that peek, guys.
We were playing Gears, and yeah, that was it. I think that was the last time, and it was like almost a year ago.
Yeah, because Gears 4 for us wasn't that fun.
Yeah, as someone who really loved Gears, Gears of War 4 just... I don't know. It really tried to break away from the dynamic, but all it really did was reinforce the dynamic by changing the person who does that dynamic of how like Gears works with each person. So I don't know how Gears 4 ends, but
yeah, neither of us do, and I haven't even bothered to look up any spoilers for it. So
yeah.
I'm just going to assume Marcus doesn't die because he's the best part of 4, in my opinion, when he wasn't being, you know, assumed dead by those non-locust. Remember when Rod Ferguson said they weren't going to be locust?
Yeah, and then they turned out to be locust anyway. But yeah, so I heard, because there was a leak, I think it was either Amazon or Walmart.
Yeah, I think it was the Walmart leak.
Yeah, they said Gears 5 will be there, because they had a whole bunch of E3 ones, because I know there was other ones.
Yeah, that was also where they announced Rage 2 before it officially revealed,
yes.
Which I don't think anyone was expecting.
I kind of, okay, I wasn't entirely expecting Rage, but I was expecting something out of the ballpark for Bethesda, but we can get into that in the third party.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but when it comes to Microsoft, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I think that's going to have probably a big showing, because I know...
Is that Xbox exclusive? I thought that was PlayStation exclusive.
No, because remember, initially, that series was exclusive to Microsoft, so I feel like what's going to happen is...
Yes, you're right. It was exclusive to Microsoft.
I think Microsoft is going to try to get, like, ahead of the curve and be like, okay, remember Tomb Raider? We used to do this Tomb Raider thing, so here's Tomb Raider again. And I think that might have a showing, maybe a trailer or something like that, because that's supposed to be coming out like either this year or next.
Also in the Walmart leak, we also got rumors of Forza 5, even though there's not a Forza 4. So maybe we're gonna get 2 announcements of Forza at this year's E3.
No. Like I said before this recording, Forza 5 is so great that you don't need Forza 4. Okay, we're gonna skip right past it. The only other thing I could think of would be beyond Forza, maybe a Halo or some Halo product.
I'm gonna do my interpretation of how I would handle the E3 press conference. Like if I was Microsoft, if I was Phil, it's Phil Spencer, right? He's the guy that's in.
I think he's still there, yeah.
Yeah. If I was running the E3 press conference, this is how I would do it. I'd start it off with maybe a voiceover from either Marcus or music, and then lead into like gameplay or a reveal trailer for Gears of War 5. To be honest, guys, Microsoft doesn't have that many really hard-hitting IPs outside of Gears and Halo and maybe Forza.
Fable.
Yeah, but that's gone dormant.
A lot of people have suggested there might be a new Fable that'll come out or something related to it, but even in that, it's been so long, who knows if it really wants to come out.
I'd start off with Gears 5 because it's an established franchise. It's not as big as Halo, and you don't start off with Halo because
it'll get people pumped.
Exactly.
Because they have their fans. They know what people want.
So that's what I would do. I would get everyone pumped like, okay, here is Gears of War 5. Now, whether it is at a state where it can be playable or shown off playable, that's debatable because I don't know if it will come out this year. I think it might come out next year, depending on how much they show off at the press event, if it does show up. If it's a fully playable demo, we might get it at the beginning of 2019 or we might get it at the end of this year, depending on if it's a demo. If it's a reveal trailer, we're not going to see that until next year sometime for sure.
Probably.
After that, I guess I would go into any third-party exclusives I have at the moment. So maybe the Tomb Raider, because that's technically Square Enix.
Well, you know, one of the things that they're really good at is they have had a lot of indie titles recently, so we'll probably get an indie showcase.
Let's assume that this press conference is an hour long, because that's usually how long they run for. So let's say you start off with Gears 5. If it's a full playable demo of Gears 5, we're going to give it probably like maybe 10 to 12 minutes, because let's be honest, it's going to be Gears. They're going to want to show off like the engine. They're going to want to show off all the new stuff. So that will get a good chunk. Whatever comes after Gears is probably going to get a couple more minutes, but not enough minutes to, you know, like eat up.
That's why I was saying that they'll probably do like a little bit of a showcase. It'll be like maybe a minute or two trailer, but it'll be like, here's this indie game that we asked somebody to make. Here's this one, here's this one, here's this one. Give you a rapid fire of indie games. And then they'll probably, because EA and Bethesda are going before, they'll probably throw out like some Bethesda or EA title that's been worked on or being worked on that they announced. Maybe you'll see like Rage 2. Well, it's not going to be exclusive. It might just be like, here's Rage 2 because we want to really talk about this. We really want to push it. And because Microsoft is the first in the rotation, we want to get it out and for everybody to see it as soon as possible.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. I would say Rage 2, maybe Anthem, from what I've heard of EA, because I don't know if that's going to be pushed harder on the PlayStation or if that's going to be pushed harder on Microsoft, depending. But it would probably be a good idea for EA or Bethesda to like literally give Microsoft each of their best game at their press conference to show off a little more. As of right now, the Xbox One S, right? That's what it is, the newest version.
I think so, yeah.
Because it was supposed to be called Scorpion or Scorpio, and then they changed it. Yeah. But that's technically the most powerful console on the market right now, if I'm correct, right? It's got more horsepower than the Pro.
I think it has a little bit more horsepower than the Pro, but it's not like substantially like, oh my god, why did you buy this? Why didn't you buy the S as opposed to the Pro? Because all my friends are on the Pro, so.
But I feel like that's going to show off. They're going to definitely talk a lot about the S's hardware, about, what it can bring, how much they can bring out with it. Probably talk a lot more about 4K resolution, because that's the new hotness right now, is 4K resolution on TVs and monitors. Well, not monitors, but at least TVs.
Yeah, they'll probably also talk about things like, I thought they had like some sort of streaming service they were talking about, or, talk more about that multi-purpose thing, because you remember, the Xbox One, it can do everything. It's the only thing you need. That's why it's called the Xbox One. It's all in one.
Maybe, but we haven't heard anything from that, and honestly, I don't think E3 is the best place to show off those kind of things. I feel like that's something that should be more towards,
well, it is a little bit of tech, so they could do that. I mean, that's the electronic part of the,
It is, but for most people, I think when we think E3, if it's not a console reveal, like the next generation of console, what we really want is the games, because let's be honest, you can tell me the console has all these amazing, under-the-hood powers, but if there's not a single game I want, then why would I ever buy it?
Well, because it's a multi-purpose device. I mean,
multi-purpose device that didn't work for me.
Sony and Microsoft do that all the time. If you remember, they always allot like at least 5 to 10 minutes to talk about things that nobody really cares that much about.
And speaking of things that people really don't care about, the Kinect, because I'm pretty sure that's still a thing, isn't it?
I think that's dead.
Really?
Beyond dead, yeah.
I haven't heard about it in probably a year or more.
That's the big reason why Rare, a lot of people are angry about Rare, because Rare was set up as the Connect game company.
There you go. You know what? That's what they should do. That if I was Microsoft, I would make Rare make an actual game. I don't think there's anyone left from the original company, like, you know, the guys who were involved in, like, the Donkey Kong Country eras.
You know what? Get them to do, like, a new Perfect Dark.
I don't know, man. The last Perfect Dark wasn't that great.
I know, but they could at least try that, or, like, remaster Banjo-Tooie, or Banjo-Kazooie, or whatever it is.
Maybe make a new Banjo game, or if they're not going to make a new Banjo game, maybe do a Conker's Bad Fur Day, because I know he showed up in a...
If you do those, the reason why I suggested those is because, you know, we'll get into it with Sony, but Sony's got Spyro coming out, so... If you get that coming out, you have something that, once again, you rekindle the old, you know, even though I think Banjo is more related to Crash Bandicoot, you at least would reignite that kind of nostalgic.
No, I think Banjo is more akin to Spyro, because Crash is more like a 3D or 2.5 platformer.
Yeah, either way, you know, they get that out there, then they have something to go up against Spyro or...
Or how about Blinks, the Time Sweeper cat? Anyone remember that game from the original Xbox all those years ago? Come on. Yeah! I'm just saying, if we want IPs, Microsoft has the least valuable IPs. Or, not least valuable, but, you know, they have the least amount out of all the other...
But they might also talk about, because, again, they'll be like, well, the E stands for entertainment also.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, here's, you know, Halo on Netflix. And
yeah, I could see them doing something like that.
You know, it would be interesting, and I know they won't do it, but it would be interesting to see them go, hey, here's a Gears of War Netflix show.
But how would you do that? Would you set it in, like, the before times, like Gears, like, right up until Paladosium Fields?
I would do it after Paladosium Fields. I would do it at Emergence Day. You just have it as some sort of, like, Emergence Day is happening, or you do it right before.
Well, I mean, there is a lot of material out there in books and I think comics about that time frame.
Yeah, you do that, and then you just do, like, either the season finale is the Emergence Day happening.
Fun side note, the one cool thing I did like about Gears of War 4, and I think Mike agrees with me, was that first mission where you went from Paladosium Fields, Emergence Day, the fall of Jacinto, and you were just playing as no-name Gears.
That was a beautiful thing, and I wish, you know, if they don't announce Gears 5, I would love to see Gears on Asphos, or not Asphos,
Aspen?
The battle you were talking about.
Yeah, Aspio Fields?
That one, Aspios Fields.
Yeah, Aspios Fields. Sorry, guys.
I would love to see that.
I would love to see it too.
You know, maybe play as Dom and Marcus again. And
I mean, yeah, get the crew back together.
Yeah, you see, you wouldn't have Cole, though. You wouldn't have Cole or Baird, but you know who you would have? You'd have Dom's older brother.
Yes, and that was Marcus's true best friend.
Yeah, that would be a true best. I think they were both best friends.
They were, but
he cared more about the Dom's older brother.
Yeah, and let's not forget also the awesome like team that went with Dom to the infiltration. Yes. Those crazy guys.
See, that would be great, but see, that's a good idea, and Microsoft doesn't do good ideas.
Ooh. Dang.
I mean, most of these companies aren't doing good ideas, but Microsoft is the one that I think is not doing the good ideas the most.
Well, I mean, they did shoot themselves in the foot at the beginning of this console generation.
They did indeed.
Going forward, I would say probably after maybe what you said, some indie showcase, maybe a tech demo, you know, of all like, oh, this is what the Xbox is going to do now, this is what Xbox Live and all this is going to do. I would say Forza Motor 4 instead of 5.
Yeah,
I think the new
Forza game.
Yeah, because I know that gets a lot of pull. And I think the last Forza they pulled a car on stage, didn't they? Or I remember...
they did, I think it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, because I remember...
Because they were like, you can play this car! And then they pulled it out of nowhere, and I was like, I don't know what that car is, but apparently you can drive it in Forza!
I mean, I got nothing on that. Other than that, I guess, like I said, any third-party exclusive, timed exclusives they've had would be the next showcase, because, like we said, Microsoft doesn't have a lot of IPs.
They might throw something else, because usually when they talk about Forza, they talk a little bit more about, like, I don't want to call it bro games, but it's usually bro games.
Can they claim to be the bro game console anymore? Because they don't have Call of Duty exclusives anymore.
Sometimes they do. Because they'll probably be like, here's Call of Duty Black Ops 4, they'll show that off, and then they'll probably be like, here's Madden or what is that? Yeah, Madden. They'll probably be like, here's Madden 2019 and get that out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they'll probably just like be like, here's how all of our great things. Then come join us at Microsoft, and then they'll close the thing.
If I was doing it, this is what I would do. I would have 2 games weren't announced, or I would have 1 game you're expecting and 1 game you're not. And I agree with you. I think they should make another Fable. Whether it's like a whole new, like, separate yourself from the first franchise, you know, those first 3 games, and restart everything, I think a lot of people would be interested.
Hard reboot.
Exactly. No Peter Molyneux, so maybe we'll actually get half the promises we were actually get asked.
You will be able to collect the rain.
After that, if that was a reveal, because I'm pretty sure if people would want some Fable. I remember playing the first Fable and the second Fable, but I never played the third Fable. But you told me that game was not the best.
It was horrible. It was an insult. Although, you know, I think it was a lot harder criticized than it should have been. I think there were some fun things about it, but the initial taste to it was just like, why did I put this horrible, you know, ugh, in my mouth? But yeah, you know, maybe they'll probably do Fable, and they'll probably bookmark it with like, oh yeah, but before we go, one last reveal, and then Halo.
Yes.
I don't know what they're on.
Halo 6. It would be the end of this new trilogy.
Really? They're on 6? I
Yes.
thought they were still on 5.
No.
All right.
Halo 4 came out at the end of the Xbox 360 life cycle. Halo 5
correct.
came out, I think, 3 years ago. It's either 3 or 4 years ago Halo
So,
5
yeah,
came out.
They'll probably
So
throw out Halo 6 or something related to Halo.
I'm going to say Halo 6 only because that's your major franchise. That's what people still love about Xbox
Yeah.
is Halo.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, if they don't do like Halo 6, maybe they hold off a little bit, like here's a Halo Reach 2.
I don't think anyone wants that, considering
I
how
know,
Reach
but-
ends.
But you know, something that's in the vein of it, but not fully in there.
No, but
Something they can experiment with a little bit.
I would say if they do reveal Halo 6 at E3, 100% guys, I guarantee. You know, yeah, I say 100% it's not going to come out this year.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
If it's going to be at the end of the showcase, that means it's probably not to a point where they want to show it off to the public.
You'll probably get it'll be sort of a teaser. It might be a minute long, maybe 2 minutes, and it'll probably be one gigantic cutscene.
Exactly. It'll probably just be whatever happened at the end of Halo 5, because I don't know anything about this current trilogy, but
Master Chief became Jesus or something?
I don't know. I know
That's how 4 ended. He became Jesus.
I think Cortana died in 4. I think. I'm not sure.
Sort of.
Halo 6, well, this is how I would do with the Halo 6 trailer. Lights go down, you hear the iconic humming of Halo, you know, the awesome beat, and then maybe some narration from Cortana or narration from Master Chief himself, and then we just get a reveal of, like, what's happened, I guess, since 4 and 5, because all I know from 5 is that I think New Spartans went after Master Chief, but
something like that.
I don't know.
It was like the last trilogy, but they decided humans will be the Covenant instead.
So I would say then at that point maybe some destruction, because I'm assuming humanity's getting shellacked again. We're really good at that in sci-fi. Like, we are masters of getting shellacked.
You just show off however the game ended, and then you just show like Chief giving a thumbs up, and then just end it there.
Or you show Chief like maybe picking up his helmet, teasing that maybe we'll see what's under the mask after all these years. But
if I take off my mask, then I'm not an everyday Joe. Anybody could be under this mask. Who is it? Am I under the mask? Yes. Who are you?
it would probably end with either Master Chief himself, or it might end with like Master Chief's helmet like destroyed or something, maybe symbolizing that maybe Chief is dead or something, and we all know that won't be the case.
Passing on the torch to somebody else.
And then it's just going to end with probably like ships of the current enemies coming around with the new Master Chief probably standing there with his assault rifle, and it's probably just going to flash Halo 6 2019, because if it's not coming out this year, like I said, if they show it off first at the press conference, it might come out this year. Yeah. But if it's last, it's probably going to come out in 2019 and probably the tail end of 2019.
Yeah. Although, and I'm just going to throw this out here because I heard speculation, so I'm going to preface it, guys, with speculation. One of the things that came up in the Walmart leak was Borderlands 3. Now, why do I bring that up? Because there was a suggestion that Gearbox got help from Microsoft, I think they said. So there might be a reveal trailer for that there.
I've heard rumors, though, that Gearbox is not going to release any new game at E3 or a reveal unless Microsoft specifically, like Sony did with Street Fighter V, like specifically help them fund the game, then yes, that would probably be a Xbox exclusive. And if that is an Xbox exclusive, then I'll give it to Phil Spencer, who's ever in charge of that. Would an amazing deal for them to make Borderlands 3 either an Xbox timed exclusive or an exclusive.
Yeah.
Because I remember playing Borderlands 2 with you and my other friends and having a blast on the Xbox 360, but I couldn't get into it on the PlayStation. It's like once I beat it once, I didn't have the desire to play Borderlands 2 again.
So, I mean, that's a possibility. We can probably go a little bit more in depth with that in the third party, but I'm just throwing that out there as a speculation. Don't shoot your messenger on that. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I had heard.
Yeah, all these are, because we're at that time where we're getting E3 rumors, and as we all know about E3 rumors, some of them are on the mark, and then some of them are just wild speculation, so it's just a wild ride until we get the truth.
I heard Microsoft bought Nintendo, and they're going to release Pokemon on Xbox.
You know you would love to see a Pokemon on a console that could handle that with the graphics of an Xbox or a PlayStation 3. Don't even joke about that.
I would love to see it on a PlayStation. I don't know if I would want to see it on an Xbox.
But you would love to see the graphics.
I would love to see it on like the Switch or something like that.
That's going to be it for Microsoft, guys. I'm actually surprised at how long this was, considering we next to jack about Microsoft since we don't really pay attention to them in the news.
Yeah.
But that's going to be it for this video. This was the first video in a series of it leading up to E3. So please tell me, guys, what did you think? Did you enjoy the commentary? What are some predictions you have for Microsoft and their E3 press conference? Because like I said, we're only a couple weeks away at this point. I think as of this recording, we're what? Maybe 2 weeks away or less than 2 weeks away from E3 itself. Like I said, guys, leave some comments in the comments section telling us what you think is going to show up at the Microsoft press conference. What do you think games are going to be revealed there? Any big decisions? And are you interested in any of Microsoft's products? I mean, I'm personally not, but that's because I got burned by the Xbox One when I first got it. So that's going to be it, guys. Thank you for watching. Look forward to the next video, which is going to be Sony, and we're probably going to have a lot more to say about that because we actually both like our PlayStations very much.
I do enjoy my PlayStation. I think the only thing that beats my PlayStation is my PC, and I can't get to it right now, so my PlayStation's it.
But anyway, guys, I want to thank you very much for watching. I want you all to have a great day, and remember, let's rock!
Iki Tosin?
I hate you so much.